Effort and outcome are not always related. We need to understand that just because we put 100% effort in, we put all our energy, our time into certain things, it doesn't mean that we will get the results that we want. And we have to be okay with that. Because if we're not okay with it, what will we do when we don't get the results that we want? We have to be okay with putting in the effort and time, the journey. The journey has to be enough. Our effort, our outcome, the person that we're becoming along that journey, the person that we become when we chase after our goals, our aspirations, that has to be enough. Because sometimes the results, we won't get them. The thing that we're working towards will fall short. And just because we put our 100% effort into it, it doesn't mean that we'll get it. It doesn't mean that all the outcomes will be the ones that we want. The results that we're getting, we're not happy with it. And we're putting all our effort in and we're asking, why? Why am I not where I want to be at? I'm working so hard. I'm putting all this time, all this effort, all this blood, sweat, and tears into this. And the results, the outcomes that I'm getting, it's not what I expected. It's not what you deserve. And you have to be okay with that. Because if you're not, what are you going to do? What are you going to do with yourself if it doesn't work out? And if you're not getting the results that you want, the outcomes are not what you want, sometimes you have to pivot. You have to change because you can be putting so much work into something, but it's not the right way to go about it. You can be doing everything you can, but you're doing the wrong things. And I'm not telling you to give up. I'm not telling you to give up on that end destination. I'm not telling you to quit. What I'm telling you is sometimes you have to change the plan. You have to change the plan, but not the destination. Your dream, use mine as an example. My dream is to hit 100K. My dream is to make content and to actually make a living from this. And I'm putting in a lot of effort. I'm putting in a lot of work into it. You have a plan, but just because your plan isn't going the way you want it to, it doesn't mean you switch the destination. I want to hit 100K on YouTube. And what I've been doing is I've been posting on YouTube. And I had to understand that just because I'm putting in so much effort, I'm posting daily, sometimes twice a day, long form videos on YouTube, it doesn't mean that I will get the results that I want. The effort that I'm putting in, the results, the outcomes isn't what I expected, isn't what I genuinely deserve. And that's full honesty and transparency with you. So now what I started to do is I started to actually post short form content on Instagram and TikTok. And I'm not changing the end goal because my end goal is still to create content, is still to get 100K on YouTube. But I'm just changing how I'm getting there by posting short form content, by putting more content out there that will redirect people to YouTube. And that's something that I had to understand. I had to change the plan and not the end destination. The plan has changed a little bit. I had to shift and I had to pivot. And if you aren't getting the results that you want, the effort and outcome don't relate, don't correlate, then you need to change something about it. Because I expected that doing the same thing over and over again will get me different results. And that's just insane. Because only someone who is insane does that. Does the same thing day in and day out and expects a different result. The effort will not always correlate to the results. The effort and the outcome will not always correlate. And we need to be okay with that. Or else, what will we do? What will you do when it doesn't work out? Will you quit? Or will you keep on going? Will you keep on putting in the effort even though the results, the outcome isn't what you wanted?